Why it's important to forgive yourself. I got my notes on one screen. We finna break down why it's important to forgive yourself and why it's healthy and it's okay to forgive yourself. You know, as human beings, we all make mistakes and we all do things that we know we should not do and that we wish that we can undo. And it's just part of our minds that makes us live in shame and guilt and fear. And I'm here to say that it's okay to forgive yourself, man. It's okay to forgive yourself. So I got my notes on this screen on my other monitor. We finna go over it and break it down. Forgiving yourself is essential for emotional healing and personal growth and improved mental well-being. Now, the emotional healing and mental health, self-forgiveness allows you to release feelings of guilt, shame, and self-blame, which can otherwise weigh heavily on your mind and prevent you from moving forward, which is facts, gang. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have self-forgiveness for yourself and self-compassion, then you won't ever release those feelings, you know, and that'll just hinder your growth and that'll hinder you as a person. It'll lead to you being stressed, depressed, suicidal even. Real talk. If you do something to somebody, hurt somebody or hurt yourself or make a mistake or anything, however, it don't matter how severe what you did was, it's okay to forgive yourself for it. Because at the end of the day, if you don't, then it can lead you down a dark path of despair. You know what I'm saying? Holding on to self-directed anger or resentment can create chronic stress, negatively affecting your mental and physical health. By forgiving yourself, you reduce this emotional burden, promoting a sense of peace and psychological relief. Facts. Facts, bro. You have to be able to forgive yourself because that resets your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Energy and motion. If you do something to somebody, let's say you harm somebody, you do something to somebody you love or something like that, and you hurt them, you make them feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? And you hold on to that resentment for yourself because you did something to hurt this person. You know what I'm saying? If you never forgive yourself and you keep all that energy tied into you, you will never be able to properly love a person again because you'll just think you'll end up hurting them again or hurting somebody else, or you'll just end up feeling bad about yourself. You'll feel so bad about yourself that you'll feel like you're not worthy of loving another person or whatever the case may be. You know, so I feel like it's very important that you forgive yourself and reset your emotions and regulate your emotions and just allow for that release. You know what I'm saying? Because that burden is heavy. Trust me, I know. You know, it's heavy. Like that burden is very, very, very heavy. So it's very important that you allow room for yourself to grow and to forgive yourself. And this is facts, bro. Straight up facts. You know, and the next point, personal growth and self-acceptance. Forgiving yourself helps you acknowledge your mistakes as part of being human, fostering self-compassion and self-acceptance. It prevents past errors from defining your identity, allowing you to learn from experiences without being trapped by them. This process encourages personal growth, better decision making, and the ability to approach future challenges with a healthier mindset. I love this point right here. I love this point because what happens is a lot of us, we do things or we did things that we feel like we can't come back from and that we just terrible people for and what so and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But you have to allow yourself to think that you are human. Making mistakes, no matter how severe it is, you're human. You have emotions. You have a mind. You have energy. You know what I'm saying? You have an ego. You got identity. It's all type of things that make us do certain things, that make us make mistakes and act on impulse and all type of things. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to acknowledge that your mistakes is not you. That's not your identity. You know what I'm saying? That's not you. You do not have to make that part of your identity. If you did something bad to somebody or hurt somebody or said something or whatever the case may be, that's in the past. You don't have to make that your identity. You don't have to carry that burden with you into the next relationship or into other rooms or whatever. Like, you don't have to carry that with you. You don't have to carry that burden onto you, bro. You have to allow yourself to just be able to think that you are more than that mistake that you made. You are more than that mistake. You're more than that error. You more than that. That's not your full identity, you know? So the key point in this is just not realizing, not making the realization. I'm saying it wrong, my bad. Not identifying your errors with who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's a realization that most people don't make. You know, that's a realization that most people ignore. You know, the fact that you can choose your identity in the present moment at all times. You know what I'm saying? If you make a mistake, like say for instance, in this present moment right now, if I make a mistake and I don't know, like do something bad, I don't know, like if I go curse out a person or something, I could, after that happens, it happens. Okay, yeah, it happened. Yeah, it's gonna be my mind, be thinking about it. But the thing is, I can choose my identity after that. I can choose to never let my emotions get the best of me and make me not act on impulse to a point where I never curse another person out again. Next time somebody disrespect me or something, I can handle it a different way. You get what I'm saying? So it's just all about having compassion for yourself and just realizing that your identity, your errors is not your identity, you know? And that takes us into the next point. Improve self-esteem and relationships. When you forgive yourself, you rebuild self-esteem and self-worth by focusing on your positive qualities and learning from past experiences. This self-compassion also enhances your relationship with others, as it reduces the projection of guilt or resentment onto them, and also allows for healthier interpersonal interactions. And that's just facts, bro. Forgiving yourself is very important. You know, you gotta keep your self-esteem high. When you have such a low self-esteem, I feel like that's just one of the worst things you can have as a human being. Like, you know what I'm saying? That leads to suicide, depression, just dark thoughts. You know what I'm saying, bro? You gotta keep that self-esteem high, man. You gotta do the inner work. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just about the outer. You know, it's the inner work too. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta allow for compassion for yourself and to forgive yourself as well. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it just make you be able to move on and treat others differently. You know what I'm saying? It helps you prevent yourself from doing the same thing to the next person. You know what I'm saying? Hurting the next person. You know what I'm saying? So it's just important that you just allow yourself to just be grateful for the chance that you still have of living, you know, because it's a multitude of realities going on every second. You could choose to do this, you could choose to do that. Like every decision that you make counts in the present moment. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's like you just got to forgive yourself, man. And that brings us to the next point. Practical perspective. Self-forgiveness is not about excusing your actions or avoiding responsibility. I like that. It's definitely not. It's not about excusing what you did or avoiding your responsibility in what you partake in. It's a conscious choice to accept what happened and move forward. You have to accept your mistakes. You have to accept whatever you did, whatever pain you may have caused a person or yourself or whatever. You have to accept what it is, move forward. It involves understanding, empathy, and thoughtfulness towards yourself, often including making amends or restoring self-trust. Practicing self-forgiveness is like exercising a muscle. It becomes easier over time and strengthens your ability to cope with future mistakes. I love that point. You know, it's people think that muscles is just outside. Yeah, we get it. Muscles is outside too, like your body, you know what I'm saying? But it's muscles in your mind too. Muscle memory. Have y'all ever heard the term muscle memory? You know, it's muscles in your mind, you know what I'm saying? In your brain, you know? So it's like, you got to be able to just stay consistent with the inner work, you know what I'm saying? Because self-forgiveness is not something that you just automatically get down pat, you know, because a lot of people struggle with it. A lot of people struggle with self-forgiveness. A lot of people don't even really never forgive themselves because they always think the negative things of what they did to somebody, or, you know, or what they had happened to them or whatever, you know? So it's like, you have to forgive yourself. You got to forgive yourself, man. It's like a muscle. You got to train it. You know, it's like a fight. You got to keep going. You got to keep training that muscle and keep it strong, man, for real. And the last point I got is a key takeaway. Forgiving yourself is a vital step toward emotional freedom. self-respect, and overall well-being. It allows you to let go of the past, embrace your imperfections, and cultivate a healthier, more resilient mindset for the future. And that's facts, man. You know, everybody, I feel like every human being yearns for just being emotionally free and just having clarity, peace of mind, and all those things. So I feel like forgiving yourself is definitely a vital step towards that. You know, so you have to just forgive yourself and just remember you're human. You are God experiencing consciousness through a human body. So you have feelings, you got hormones, ego, you know what I'm saying, identity. It's all type of factors and into that coincide with why people make certain decisions, and those decisions end up bringing pain and just, you know what I'm saying, bad mistakes and all those things. So it's like, you just got to remember that, man. We not perfect, you know. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect on this planet Earth. Nobody at all. Not one human being can sit on a high horse and look down upon others. So it don't matter what you done did in your life. It don't matter, bro. I feel like everybody has to forgive themselves. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to forgive themselves. And that's how you find peace within yourself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's all for today's video. It's your boy Rongloo. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Remember, stay safe, forgive yourself, and love yourself, man. I'm out.